What's up guys? Welcome into another edition of video game collecting. This is a very special edition for a couple of reasons. One is I think I have about maybe 70, 80 packages that need to be opened. And the thing is, the packages don't tell the whole story because some of these packages have multiple games in them, variety of collector's editions, special editions, all sorts of stuff. Now you might be asking, why do I have so many packages? Well, honestly, I haven't had time to open all of them up. Some of this has been accumulated maybe over the last probably six months for sure. And then some of these packages, some of these items I pre-ordered, honestly, like maybe 2 years ago. And you guys can see right here, limited runs, so you know what I'm talking about if you're familiar. You pre-order something from there and it shows up maybe 18 to 24 months later. So as you can see here, we have a special guest. This is actually my girlfriend, Michaela. She will be here helping me today to get these boxes opened up, and we're gonna basically have a production line so we can get these opened up and show them to you guys in a timely manner because we respect your time. All right guys, now I just wanna give a little disclaimer before I start opening these packages. Just keep in mind, some of this stuff, like I said, I did order a very long time ago. So I say this in all my videos, I don't know what's in these boxes. And for me, that is actually like half the fun because I do enjoy surprises, especially this kind of surprise. So I am going to be surprised by some of these items in here. Just keep that in mind. And again, as always, I try to get everything I can on sale. Some items, they're not going to go on sale and you just got to get them because they are rare, or you know they're going to be rare. I'll talk about those items individually. But keep in mind, many of these I got for a stupid good deal, okay? All right, so first package here, let's see what this is. Here we go. We got new Pokemon Snap. Now, I think as a collector, it's important to try and own all the Pokemon games, or you could say, you want to catch them all, because Pokemon games are typically pretty rare, especially if you go back to like the Game Boy era. I think up here on my top shelf somewhere, I got a couple Pokemon games for DS. Complete in box, they go for $300-400, which is crazy. And I don't have any intentions of selling it, but it's just cool to know that, of course, as a collector, sometimes you buy stuff because you know the value is going to go up and you just hold. Pokemon Snap's one of them. You got to catch them all on the Nintendo Switch. There's a ton of great Pokemon games, and I am a big fan of Pokemon Snap from the Nintendo 64. I remember renting this game back in the day at Blockbuster. My cousin and I had a great time playing it. So a lot of good memories. I'm actually looking forward to playing this one. All right, next up. See here, so this is from PlayAsia. If you guys have ever heard of PlayAsia, great place. Been buying games there for a very long time, and you can get a lot of great deals. And for the most part, you're going to be picking up import games from PlayAsia that are just not sold in stores here. Some of them are American, as in they have the ESRB rating. Some don't. It'll always say on the product page. All right, so first things first, I can see here, we got River City Showdown. Now, I grew up playing River City Ransom on regular Nintendo, so I definitely enjoy the River City series. And this is a PlayAsia, actually, guys, limited edition, which is really, really cool. I'd have to look again to see what comes in here. I'm not sure, but this is actually numbered. There's a nice, like, holographic sticker. You're not going to be able to see the number on it, but this is numbered 1000-66. So this is like legit a limited edition, so pretty cool. And again, I think I got that for like 20 bucks or something. It's definitely worth more than what I paid for. Let's put it that way. Next up, we got 2 copies. And I think I got 2 copies, guys, because I got this for $10 each, which is crazy. And this is Final Fantasy VII Reunion Crisis Core. I absolutely love this game. I played it on the PS5. And you guys can actually check out my review for Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core on the channel. Really enjoyed this game, and I wanted to pick it up for the Switch, especially because, again, I got these for $10 each, which is crazy. Then we have right here, this is a game you cannot buy in the United States. It's Baten Kaitos 1 and 2. This came out on the Nintendo GameCube back in the day by Bandai Namco. And again, this includes part 1 and part 2. And this is the HD remaster. Comes with a digital art book. Like I said, guys, they don't sell this in the United States. So this is definitely one of those games as a collector you should look into picking up. Let's see what we got next here. Something from Amazon. Okay, we got Cuphead. If you guys have not played Cuphead, you got to get down on this game. It is awesome. One thing that's cool about this is it does include the DLC, which I think the DLC is maybe $10 or $20. I can't remember. But I think the DLC was called the Delicious Last Course. And very good DLC. Highly rate it. Definitely looking forward to playing through this. I played it on PlayStation, but not on Switch. Okay, next up we got a package here from Best Buy. And you guys all know I shop at Best Buy only when I have to. I'm sure you've seen some of my other videos. The customer service has not gotten any better. It's actually gotten worse. I thought about doing a video on it, but to be honest with you, man, it's such a negative experience. I don't even like talking about it because I'm just sharing negativity at that point. There's enough bad things going on in the world that I don't even want to talk about it. So, and Michaela's she's seen it in person and just, it's wild, man. It is wild. So I only buy there when it's a Steelbook or when I'm getting a stupid good deal and I know I'm making money on Best Buy. So in that case, I picked up WarioWare. The WarioWare games are classic. I think I got this for $20 clearanced out. And I think the regular price was $50. So again, nice pickup. Best Buy definitely lost money on that. So that's always a good thing. Okay, another one from Best Buy. And that's Shantae Risky's Revenge. This is published by Limited Run, and I'm looking at the back of it. It's actually the 4th game for PS5. Okay, now guys, every once in a while, there might be something in here that's not a video game. And I apologize for that if you only came here for video games. So I won't talk about it much, but I did pick up Top Gun 4K HDR, and I got this for 10 bucks. And the reason I picked it up, to be honest with you, is we had some family in town and we watched the new Top Gun, and your cousin hadn't seen the first Top Gun. So we ended up downloading it on Amazon in 4K, but I don't have the best internet. So the picture was sometimes really good, but then sometimes the resolution would drop. But I gotta tell you, man, when the resolution didn't drop, it looks amazing. Like, it honestly looks like a modern day movie. They did an excellent job on the 4K. So much so that I was like, you know what? I need to buy this whenever it goes on sale. And I've said it before, you guys should follow Wario64 on Twitter because he's always posting about the good deals. I'd say 95% is video games, but occasionally he throws something like this in here. And I was able to get that for 10 bucks because of Wario. So, as always, thank you to Wario64. Okay. This is, I think, eBay. Yes. Okay. There you go, guys. Contra Shattered Soldier. Now, I cannot find my copy. I don't know where it is. Maybe it got lost over all the years. All the moves that I used to do back in the day when I was younger. I'm not sure. But long story short, I wanted to own this because I want to play through this again and review it. So here it is. Picked it up on eBay. Complete in box. Still in good condition. Now, let's see how the disc looks, because we always got to check that, right? There's a few scratches, but honestly not many for a game that came out. You guys won't be able to see, but at least you can see that cool bluish purple disc. It'll bring you back a little bit, very nostalgic. Looks good, and I must say, God, it is nice to see an instruction manual. It has been a long time, and it looks like it's in mint condition. And look at the back. We got a little advertisement for Suikoden Part 3. And what's funny is we got Part 1 and 2 probably coming, hopefully coming, Konami, sometime this year. We got the HD remasters that I'm looking forward to. That's something I'll be picking up on day one. But yeah, this game's so old that we got the HD remasters coming out. On to the next. Best Buy again. Here we go. Princess Peach Showtime. Now I'm excited to play this. As we know, there was one other Princess Peach game that was on Nintendo DS back in the day. I played that back in the day. I'm excited to play this. I know it's gotten actually pretty good reviews, which I was excited to hear. I know a lot of people were concerned that maybe it was going to be too easy, but I heard it's a very enjoyable experience, so I'm excited to play this. And I say that this is the second Princess Peach game. Technically, you could maybe call Super Mario Bros. 2 a Princess Peach game, since that is the character everybody chooses in Super Mario Bros. 2. And if you don't agree with me on that, that's okay. Let me know in the comments section below then what character it is that you choose, because my opinion, Princess is the best because she can float. Everybody knows that. All right, next up, we got Pokemon. Again, like I said, we got to catch them all, guys. Pokemon Shining Pearl. Got this on sale, I believe, for $25. Brand new, factory sealed. You can't beat that. This is only going to go up in price. And let me say, I already own all the Pokemon games on Switch. They're up there behind me. The only one I didn't was Pokemon Snap. That one I will be opening to actually play, but I have all the other ones on the shelf behind me. They're already opened. So this is one to just keep factory sealed and sit on it for 20 years and see what happens. I have a feeling it will go up in price. All right, I can feel that this is an Amiibo. Now, I don't collect all the Amiibos. I bowed out of that probably, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago. I was collecting a lot of them, and I do have some rare ones. Now I just kind of pick and choose which ones that I want to get. And as you can see here, front lip's a little bent, but oh well. We got Sora from Kingdom Hearts. And again, like I said, I don't buy all of them, but there's certain ones that I do want to get. And obviously, Sora's inclusion in Super Smash Bros. Is really cool. It's pretty unique. And so I wanted to get an Amiibo for that one. All right. Next, here we go. Keep it moving. We got Mr. Gimmick. And guys, if you don't know anything about Gimmick, look it up. Look it up on eBay and see how much Gimmick goes for on regular Nintendo. It is not cheap. But not only that, these are really cool games. I don't know if you're familiar or how familiar you are with Sunsoft as a developer, but they made some really awesome games back in the NES era. Just off the top of my head, I can think of two, which would be the original Batman on regular Nintendo, which is actually very, very good, great gameplay, really nice soundtrack. And Gremlins 2. Yes, Gremlins Part 2 on Nintendo is an excellent game and has, again, a very, very good soundtrack. So, big fan of Sunsoft, and you should pick this game up. It's not a gimmick, guys. Pick this up. All right. We got Target here. Again, I don't shop very often at Target, but if I can get a good deal, man, I'm all in. Okay, I remember buying this. I think this was part of the buy two, get one free, or maybe this was some of the Black Friday shopping, but Atari 50th anniversary. I do enjoy the historical aspect of video games. I mean, I've lived through a lot of the history, guys, being born in the 80s and starting to game in the 80s until, you know, today, 2024. So I've seen a lot of it happen, but Atari was obviously before I was born. I did have an Atari growing up because our grandpa actually gave us one with a bunch of games, which was really cool. It was a used one, I remember, and it just showed up at the house. I don't know how it got there. You know, I was very young, but I do remember playing it and playing games like Pitfall, and that was a ton of fun. So I actually have some really fond memories of it, and I'm looking forward to a nice nostalgic trip with Atari 50. And again, I think this game came out, I think it might have been 40 or 50 bucks. Can't recall for sure, but I got this for, I believe, 20. So I was happy with that price. And, you know, guys, tell me if you've heard of this game. I've heard good things about it. It's called Baba Is You. Now, I don't know a ton about this game, okay? So I'm really going based upon the people's opinions, right? The YouTube channels that have reviewed this game, the Google reviews on it, stuff like that. I've heard good things. And this was published by Fangamer. And in my experience, Fangamer's done a really nice job of like hand-picking a very nice selection of games to publish. And so I feel pretty good about it, right? Again, if you've played it, let me know in the comments section below what your thoughts are on this game. I don't know if it's a sheep. You know, I don't know. Guys, what do you think? You think that's a sheep in the middle? I'm not sure. I see Baba and I immediately, my brain says Babar from like, you know, Channel 8 growing up. The little elephants. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I hear it's good. So, all right, here we go. Next up, Walmart. Oh yes, here we go. Another Code Recollection. So the Another Code games, they came out on, was it Wii or DS? I forget. I think it was DS. And, you know, don't chastise me if I'm wrong here. I might be wrong, guys. I'm getting up there in age. You know, I'll be 40 before you know it. And I don't remember everything perfectly. I try, but I can't remember. I can't recollect, I guess you could say, if Another Code Recollection was DS or Wii. If you want, you can let me know in the comments below. But heard great things. And I think, guys, honestly, I think this game is going to be rare, the physical version, okay? So, might be something you want to look into picking up, seeing if it's available anywhere. Okay, next up. Hey, what do you know? A game from Fangamer. So, like I said, they're really cool. Oh, okay, this is not even a game, but it's a movie based on a video game that I'm really excited to watch, and I do actually plan on reviewing this because I think a lot of you guys are gonna care about if this is worth watching, okay? And I think you should. I really do. Guys, this is Earthbound, the documentary. Now, Earthbound is definitely one of my favorite games for Super Nintendo. It's not my favorite, okay? But it's right there. And I've never truly declared a #1 favorite game. I don't know that I really enjoy doing that because there's so many great games. I have my top tier games, right? The Legend of Zelda is A Link to the Past, you know, the Final Fantasy 2 and 3, or if you want to call it 4 and 6, Super Mario RPG, Super Mario World, right? Like there's a handful of games that are top tier. Earthbound will always be there. And I'm super excited to watch this again, guys. You can get a physical copy of this on DVD if you want, or Blu-ray. I picked up Blu-ray. And Fangamer, you can actually buy it from them. And I gotta say, from what I've gathered, they put a lot of love into this documentary. I actually spoke to the team. I don't know if it was I wouldn't say it was the director, but it was one of the, yeah, maybe it was the producer I spoke with him on email. They were actually doing a showing here in Arizona, up in Tucson, or should I say down in Tucson. And he invited me to go to watch a pre-screening of the movie right before it came out. I wasn't able to go. I totally appreciate it though. If you're watching this, thank you very much again for that invitation. But like I said, I would be picking it up, so here it is, and I am gonna watch this. And I'll review it. I'll give you guys my thoughts. And you know, off the bat, I'm guessing it's gonna be really good, but who knows? So super excited to watch that though. I am sure it's gonna bring up a lot of memories. All right, so we got another Amiibo here, and let's see. This guy's taped shut pretty good. Let's see. You know what? Yeah, I think we're gonna need a cut on that one. So let me jump to the next thing here. Prime. Okay, we got Star Ocean, the Divine Force. Now, guys, I played Star Ocean on PlayStation 1. I still have it up on my shelf behind me, and of course, I picked up Star Ocean, the second story R, which is the remake of the one on PS1. I picked that up for Switch. Now guys, I know the Divine Force did not get very good reviews, but you know what? I want to see for myself, and I got this brand new for $10. So is it worth $10 to see if a game's good? I personally think it is. You know, back in the day, we go to Blockbuster, to rent a game was maybe sometimes $4 or $5. So to buy a game for $10 that you might really connect with, it's worth it to me. And you know, those Star Ocean games are very long, so that might be a very good value. Now, when I'm gonna play it, that I don't know. I have a backlog just like everybody else. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. So if you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments below. What's your backlog like? Is it something you're willing to face? Something you want to talk about? I know it's hard for some people to talk about. All right, so we got a Switch game here. And let's see what it is. Oh yeah, here we go. Based off a classic Nintendo 64 game developed by Midway. And Nintendo, I believe, owns the... No, they don't own the license anymore. I don't know who does. This was developed by Game Mill and Raw Thrills, but you guys all know it, Cruisin' Blast. And what's crazy is this actually got pretty good reviews. I want to think that it hovers around a 7 out of 10. Maybe there's a few 8s, but I'm pretty excited to actually return to the Cruisin' USA series. So if you guys have played it, let me know. I'm hoping it's a blast. Okay, the Amiibo is now ready. Let's see what this is. Okay, this is a very interesting looking Amiibo. This is... Glad I didn't peel any of the box there. This is Big Man from Splatoon. All right, next up here, we got Best Buy again. Super Bomberman 2. And again, I got this when it went on clearance, guys. So when this game first came out, they were selling it for, I believe, $49.99, which personally, it might have been $39. Don't quote me, it's $39 or $49. But I didn't think it was really worth that. I didn't think it was worth either prices, to be honest with you. And I was hoping to be able to pick it up for somewhere around $20 to $25. And somehow I was actually able to get this right when it went on clearance for $10. So pretty happy with that. The Bomberman games can be pretty rare. And I don't know, I had a feeling that maybe they weren't going to be printing a lot of physical copies. And I think that can be said about a lot of games coming out these days. That's obviously a whole nother conversation, but I feel like a lot of the games that are getting physical prints are getting much shorter runs, which means your physical copy is going to be that much more rare. So important thing to consider when you're deciding if you want to buy a game physically or digitally. Now guys, I buy a lot of games digitally, okay? Sometimes I have to. If a game comes out digitally today, but the physical copy doesn't come out till fall 2024, obviously I probably need to get it now, especially if I'm going to review it. So there are times that I do double dip. It is what it is. So this one comes with a nice little thank you note from developer V Blank. You can see there. And it actually looks like a Transformers font right there. Very interesting. This is, to my knowledge, the last printed 3DS game. This is Shakedown Hawaii, and this literally came out this year. So this was a pretty big deal. This was a game, from what I've gathered, was completed and it just didn't get released or something. Or they were still working on it. I don't remember the whole story, to be perfectly honest. All I know is I am familiar with the Shakedown series. I was pretty excited to get this because, again, this was very limited print. And I still have my 3DS. I still play it. All right. Next up, we got Best Buy. Okay, this is a movie, guys, so I'll just touch on it real quick. We got Creed 3, and this is the Steelbook. If you guys know me, I'm a huge Rocky fan, so this is pretty cool, especially to get it for $10. And as you guys know, Best Buy is getting out of the physical media business. They've kind of went back and forth on their wording. You know, when the story first came out, they weren't able to control the narrative. Someone leaked it. And long story short, the person who leaked it, it wasn't clear if it was going to be movies and video games or just movies. Then Best Buy came out to clarify it's just movies. However, if you go into your local Best Buy today, there's very few physical games. And in fact, one thing I witnessed, which was very interesting, we both did, is that the Nintendo Switch games, they're all in like cards. So they're like digital cards. There's no game boxes.
They're behind the counter.
Yeah, or the games are behind the counter and you literally have to like go up and ask. There's not a sign by the video games that says like, hey, you need to go to the counter. Like, for instance, Toys R Us back in the day, you know, they had the tickets for the game and you take the ticket up to the counter and they went in the back to get the game. It's not like that at Best Buy. It's just, you just see a bunch of digital cards and that's it. Like, you wouldn't know that they carried physical games unless you asked for it, right? So I think, personally, I think they're gonna be getting out of that sooner than later. So took advantage of them liquidating their movies and was able to get that for $10. And it's crazy. I think it's normally like 40 or 50 bucks for the 4K Creed 3 Steelbook. Okay, we got, you know, I don't really know how to pronounce this. Theater Rhythm? Final bar line? Final Fantasy, guys. Theater Rhythm, I don't know. You guys can tell me how much I just botched that name in the comments section. I've never been able to pronounce this over all the years of seeing it, but you know, I've been sitting there playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and I'm like, man, this soundtrack is just so good. And I know it doesn't have music, right, from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because this game came out, I think, a year or two ago. And I think all the DLC is finally out. Who knows, maybe they'll go back and actually add a little bit more DLC to include Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. But the soundtrack in that series is just so good. I'm like, you know what, I want to pick this game up. And I got it for, I think, $20, which again is a great deal. It normally retails for $50. Okay, another one from Best Buy. Here we go. Okay, so both these games I was able to pick up at a great deal, heavily discounted. River City Girls, you guys heard me talk earlier about River City Showdown. This is obviously the spiritual successor I already have this game, but I'm keeping this one factory sealed because they clearance this out. I tell you guys, this game is going to go up in price. So the fact that I got it clearanced out is even better. I think I got it for like $17. And then we got Sonic Superstars for PS5. And again, I think I got this for around $20. So pretty excited about that. That's a great pickup. Sonic Superstars is a great game. Cute. All right, next up. And I think this is from Limited Run, actually. And this is part of their, this was part of like their warehouse sale or something. And this is a game that I actually grew up playing. Actually rented it back in the day at Blockbuster. And that is Zombies Ate My Neighbors. And this is actually Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol. And this is actually a trade show variant. If I recall, they only sold this at, was it PAX? I think it was PAX. You could only get this one. That comes, of course, as you guys can see, it's like a Super Nintendo themed box. And this carried a higher price tag, but because they were liquidating and getting rid of these, I was able to get this on clearance. I think this was part of the limited run end of year sale. So I think I got that for more than half off. I think it was like 75% off, which is silly. And then we got another one here, and as you can see, this is a Sega Genesis theme box. And this is big. Like, this box is a lot bigger. This actually looks like almost a Neo Geo size box. You guys can see how thick that is here. So again, pretty excited. I do already own this digitally, so neither of these are going to be open. These are strictly collector's items to keep. And again, when you're getting games like this that are like 75% off, first thing I did is I went on eBay to see, okay, how much are these going for? I went to the completed and sold auctions in my filters to see, okay, you know, someone might be putting it up for sale for $200-300, but that doesn't matter, right? Unless it's actually sold. So I'll go into the filters and see which one's sold. And these games were selling for 3 or 4 times the amount I bought them for. That's today. What will they sell for in 10 years from now? Who knows? So that's why you buy them. I know they'll at least sell for what I paid, but I think they're gonna sell for a lot more than that. Thank you. Okay, this is from Behemoth, guys. So this is a game I think a lot of us who have played it have been waiting for it to come out physically. And this game came out ages ago. I think this was one of the original Xbox Live arcade games from like way back in the day. And you guys might know what I'm talking about already. And here's a nice little Behemoth sticker. That's their logo. Here it is. Castle Crashers Remastered, man. Super excited to own this game physically because, again, it never came out. It was an Xbox Live arcade game. And again, it eventually came to other platforms, PlayStation, obviously Switch. So this is really cool. Again, this is a game that won't be getting opened up because I already own it digitally. This is more or less a collector's item. So if you have the opportunity, this is a game that I definitely would suggest trying to pick up if you can. They still have them. I don't know. Next up, let's go here. Was something good? Oh, okay. Okay, Target. We got John Cena. Can't See Me. WWE 2K23. Guys, I got this for like $15 or $20 during the Black Friday sale. And, you know, I really yearn for the wrestling games of yesteryear. And you know what I'm talking about. I yearn for WCW, NWO Revenge, and No Mercy, and WrestleMania 2000. To me, those are still the best wrestling games, and of course they're on Nintendo 64. And I own them all, but obviously, you know, there's some struggle, right? We're trying to play Nintendo 64 games today on modern TVs. I have a Retro Tink 5X, which really helps things, but it's tough, you know? But I tell you what, I played it recently. I actually played it on my gaming projector with a Retro Tink hooked up, and my N64 is modded, so I have the component cables, and they're the component cables by, I forget the company's name that makes them. Maybe I'll put it in the description, but at any rate, special cables for the N64 and for the Super Nintendo. So point is, I am doing my absolute best to get the best quality picture, and it does look better. But the point is, man, those games, the gameplay is just, it's the best. So I'm hoping that WWE 2K23 has looked at the N64 games and hopefully, you know, found some inspiration. I know the other wrestling game, I picked that up. I still need to play it. Like, I know AEW Fight Forever took a lot of inspiration from the N64 wrestling game, so I was very excited to pick that up. Of course, you know, the WWE roster is going to have more characters that I would say everyone's familiar with and that we probably have a history with, especially if you watched wrestling growing up. I watched wrestling big time throughout the 90s. You know, the Attitude Era, the NWO, DX, I was all over that. So every Monday night I was watching Monday Night Nitro and then Monday Night Raw. Of course, Thursday night SmackDown. And then what was it? Tuesday nights was WCW Thunder, if I recall. So yeah, I just want a wrestling game like that on modern day consoles. That's all I want. I want to have simple controls, not controls that are extremely tough to memorize. I feel like I'm not asking for a lot. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. What are your thoughts? Do you think those are the best wrestling games? Do you agree or do you disagree with me? Either way, let me know. All right, guys, so we have Proteus for PS4. I've heard very good things about this game, and I think I got it for maybe $15 or $20 for the physical copy, and that was on sale, so I was pretty excited about that. Proteus is a first-person shooter. You know, if you grew up like I did playing games like Doom and Wolfenstein, you're probably gonna find a lot to like here. All right, let's see what we got next here. So this is Best Buy, and we got, God damn, I hate the Best Buy puts these stickers on the games. It's okay. This one's gonna get opened, so this is not a collector's item, thankfully. But we got Red Dead Redemption for PS4, and I wanted to get it on PS4 since it does run at 60 frames per second. I loved Red Dead. I played it on Xbox 360 back in the day and beat that game. So yeah, even you love it. Now only if we can get a patch for Red Dead Redemption 2 to run at 60 frames per second, that would be nice. But apparently it's probably too much to ask for, and I guess they're busy probably working on GTA 6, which hopefully will come out in the next few years. Who knows? All right, guys, next up we got, this is the worst thing right here when you can hear the disc shaking. And I've seen videos, because someone's gonna tell me in the comments that you can fix this, Steve. Like, there's a way. I watched the videos, thought you're supposed to move it around and then push down. I just can't seem to get it, but it's fine. This one's gonna get opened anyways, and that's Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. And again, this game came out at $59.99. I didn't want to spend that much. I was able to get it for, I think, $25 or $30, so half off. I'm totally happy with that, because I think even right now this game's going for at least 40 bucks. So would I have liked it for 20? Sure, but let's be realistic here. Okay, next up, a nice little thank you note there. I don't know what this is. Oh, VGP. Love VGP, guys. You can see right there. So you can get a lot of video game reprints here, meaning once they're clearanced out and they're gone, sometimes they're not actually gone and you can get it at VGP. Now VGP is like truly your last option to get a game printed. All right, we got Agalos. Now guys, I don't know if it's Agalos, Agalos, Agilos. I don't know, okay? If you know, you can let me know, but I don't know how you actually pronounce this. So let me know in the comments below if I did it wrong, but the original print was super short run. So picking this up from VGP was cool. I actually got an email from them telling me about it, and I like jumped all over this. I bought it immediately, and I think it sold out pretty much immediately. So I'm just happy to own one copy. That one will stay sealed because I do own the game digitally. Okay, next up, PlayAsia again. Oh yeah. Okay, so this must be, I didn't even know, guys. Look at this. That is alternate box art. And this is for the Double Dragon collection. Now guys, I grew up on Double Dragon. I'm a big fan of the series. When I heard this was coming out, you know, I was more or less like, all right, just let me know when it's up for pre-order. I'm definitely getting it. But you can't get this in the United States. Like, no one's selling it. And what's interesting is there's not even a rating on this. There's not an ESRB rating. There's not a European rating. Nothing. So yeah, interesting. I knew there wasn't going to be an ESRB, but I figured there'd be something else. So yeah, Double Dragon collection, guys. It's got part 1, 2, 3, and then it's got Super Double Dragon, Double Dragon Advance for the Game Boy Advance, and this is the first time that's ever getting re-released, and Double Dragon 4. Really cool. I don't know if I knew or what, maybe I didn't even read it, that it came with alternate box art. That's pretty cool. And again, I may not have read it because I just knew I was instantly going to pre-order that. Okay, next up, this is from Please Rewind. Sounds like a eBay store. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it is an eBay store. And again, this is a movie, guys, but this is a video game movie. And this is Final Fantasy VII Advent Children in 4K. I never saw this, guys. I didn't see it back in the day. Have you seen it? If you have, let me know what your thoughts are. I'm actually gonna watch this on my gaming projector on the 150-inch screen in the surround sound and really try to experience it, and hopefully it's good. You know, you got Cloud and Sephiroth on the cover. I feel like there's gonna be some stuff in here I enjoy. I don't know what to expect of this. All right, next up, let's see what we got here. GXO Supply Chain. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Oh yeah, I know what this is now. All right, this is from PlayStation. Here we go, guys. Now, I know this game can be divisive for some people, so I don't know what to tell you. I really enjoyed it, but we got The Last of Us Part 2 WLF Edition. So included in this box, it says 47 Total Society of Champions trading cards, which those are the cards you collect in the game, with 8 limited edition holographic cards, Washington Liberation patch, a set of 4 enamel pins, and the Steelbook display case. So yeah, I was really excited to get this. As you guys know, it's very hard to get it, and actually right behind Michaela here. I don't know if you guys can see it, probably not. Yeah, you can pull it off the shelf. And you can see here, we got the Last of Us Part 1 Firefly Edition, which was extremely hard to get. There's a whole story behind me even getting this. It got shipped to the wrong place. I had to basically go on a search for this to find it, and when it showed up, it was pretty beat up, and I wasn't the only one who received a very beat up copy, but you know, it is what it is. I'm just happy to have that. So yeah, we got both the Last of Us WLF and Firefly Edition. Pretty excited about that. All right. Next up, got something from Target here. All right, we got Grand Theft Auto 5, yes. Now, you're probably like, Steve, you're part of the problem, man. Because Rockstar is just gonna keep re-releasing this game if people like me buy it. And you know what? I hear you on that, But when you can get it for $10, and I already own the game, and I have it on PS4 and I was able to do the upgrade to PS5. And I gotta say, the PS5 version runs flawlessly. It's quite a great experience. So I wanted to pick one copy up to keep this factory sealed. Who knows, maybe it'll be worth something down the line. I gotta imagine it's gonna be worth more than $10 one day. Okay, then we got Mortal Kombat 1. Guys, I grew up with Mortal Kombat. I was there the day it came out to rent at Blockbuster. I played it in the arcades. My brothers and I had to talk my mom into allowing us to even rent this game, because I remember at the time, if I recall, you know, there was a court hearing about Mortal Kombat and the violence and the blood. There was a court hearing. It was on C-SPAN, if I recall. And, you know, I'm gonna pull one out of the hat here. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. I think it was Joe Lieberman. I remember him being like at the podium saying basically like, don't let your kids play this game, this and that. And
before, I want to show you what we're talking about. What you're about to see are scenes from two of the most violent new video games. First, we have Mortal Kombat, which is a martial arts contest involving digitized characters. We're going to show two versions of the game. In the first segment, which is Sega's version, blood splatters from the contestants' heads. When a player wins, the so-called death sequence begins. The game narrator instructs the player to finish, and I quote, finish his opponent. The player may then choose a method of murder, ranging from ripping a heart out to pulling off the head of the opponent with spinal cord attached.
so we had to overcome a lot, right, in order to rent this game, because my mom saw that, you know, and this is back in the day when, you know, maybe we all, I don't know, respect the government a little bit more. I don't talk politics, guys, on this channel, but I'm just saying as a whole, right? Maybe we all didn't question things as much as we do. And so it was a lot to overcome. Joe Lieberman, again, I hope that's the right name. But the government basically saying don't let your kids play Mortal Kombat. So yeah, pretty cool to see this. And it does include the pre-order bonus content, so appreciate that, because I know that game has, I think it has a lot of, not DLC, but a lot of microtransactions, unfortunately, so anything that I can get as a bonus for free, I'll take. All right, next up, we got Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe Edition. And, you know, guys, I was there for the first Kirby on Game Boy, Kirby's Dream Land, and of course, Kirby on the NES, and I've played all of them. I played every Kirby game, so I was pretty excited to pick this up. This was on like the list of games to play. And I know I got this either for a deal. It might have been part of the buy two, get one free that Best Buy was doing a while back. Or I got it during one of the sales, but I know I got it for a great deal. Let's just say that. I know it was at least half off. So let me know if you guys have played actually the Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe. And if you have played it, let me know your thoughts, and let me know if you played the original Kirby and like how it compares, because definitely interested to hear about that. Okay, we got PlayAsia. Now I can already see on the cover here what it is. We got Final Fantasy X and X2. Now you guys can see on the box art, there is no ESRB rating. This is not the ESRB edition. And very rarely do I want to buy a game that's not the ESRB edition. But with this one I wanted to, because both games are actually on the game card. Now, if you bought the ESRB edition, meaning like the American edition, the games are not on the cart. You have to download them. I think one of them is, but one of them isn't. So long story short, guys, I want the games to be on the cards. I don't want to have to rely on having to download these games, because like, what happens if I keep this game as a collector's item and 10 years down the road, the eShop is closed, right? We just saw this happen with the Wii U and the 3DS. The shop's closed. You can't download games anymore. So what happens if I buy a game and when I put in the cart, it says, oh, here you go ahead and download this from the online store. But I can't because the online store is closed, right? So you guys see what I'm saying? That's why I was excited to buy this edition, and I actually wanted to get the non-American edition. So that's something you might want to keep in mind as Switch collectors, is knowing which games are on the cart, especially when it's like a compilation game like this. Again, Final Fantasy 7 and 8, the originals. And of course, 8 is remastered. Both games are on the cart. And I don't know if they ever did sell the twin pack with an ESRB. I know there's the European one and the Japanese one. And based on my research, this was the one to get because they both came on the game card. Then we have Saga Frontier Remastered. The Saga series I actually really like. I have not played this one yet, so I'm excited to. I don't know how long this game's gonna be. There's not enough hours in the day to play all these games, but I have hopes of playing this, and let me know what you guys' thoughts are about this game. This is a game that also is not sold in America. This is a game that you can only get from places like PlayAsia. And if you're wondering, of course, the games are all in English too. So it's not like you have to select English as the language. English is the main language. So that's not an issue. I do not speak Japanese. That would be really cool, but I do not. Next up, this is by Devolver Digital. I love these guys. I partied with them. My cousin and I actually partied with Devolver Digital at E3. We partied 3 days with them, and we're just drinking keg beer right across the street from the LA Convention Center. Had a blast, met everyone pretty much who works at Devolver Digital. And this was back at like, I think E3 2017. It was such a great time. And so this is one of their games, Broforce. If you like Contra, this is a great game to check out. It's a run and gun game. And it actually recently just came out physically. This game has been out for a while, I think a few years at least. But it just came out physically, I think in February. So yeah, that's one you might want to check out. Maybe keep an eye on, see if it drops in price, and pick it up while you can. Okay, this is from Amazon. This is the NIS Prinny Presents, okay? And we got 2 games on here. Let's see, includes Prinny Presents NIS Classics Volume 2 game for Nintendo Switch, a soft cover art book, and a 1-disc official soundtrack. Says, over a decade later and still looking good, dude. Experience a 1-2 punch of classics with Makai Kingdom and ZHP exclamation point. Guys, if you played these games, let me know. I think I got this for something stupid, like a really quick lightning sale on Amazon. I might have picked this up for like $8 with free Prime shipping. And again, this is a deluxe edition. There's a few of these Prinny Presents that have came out, so I think it's a good deal. I mean, I've said this before, but anytime you can get a game for under $10, brand new factory sealed, yeah, you might want to pick it up. Okay, here's one. Let me know if you guys have played this. And this is the Day 1 edition, which comes in a very nice collector's box. Trinity Trigger Day 1 edition. So this comes with the game, full color 104-page art book filled with illustrations and concept art and original soundtrack on 2 CDs. Now I remember when this game was first announced and it first went up for pre-order. I think it was $59.99, which was actually, it's a pretty good deal considering this is a limited day one like collector's edition. I think I ended up getting this for $14.99 on a quick clearanced out sale. So to me, that's a great pickup for a nice little collector's edition of Trinity Trigger. I have not played it. If you guys have, once again, let me know in the comments below. And any of these games I'm talking about, if you played them, let me know what you think about them, guys, because some of these I have not played. Okay, so this is from VGP as well. And you're gonna see I got another copy of Bomberman R2, and that wasn't on purpose, but I got it for a great deal. And then I got 2 3DS games, and this is from VGP, guys. And I guess you could say I got some Metroidvania games. Let me know what you guys think, but I got Metroid and Castlevania, and of course Metroid Samus Returns and Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Mirrors of Fate. And so yeah, brand new factory sealed. As you guys know, they stopped selling 3DS games in stores many years ago. So excited to own these. I actually have Samus Returns up on my shelf, but this is a factory sealed copy that I'm gonna keep. And again, I got it for a good deal, actually. Thank you. Okay, you know, a few people received this game actually, and I know because Wario64 posted about it, and a lot of people got it delivered to them from Amazon like this, just like I did. It didn't come in a box or anything, and it was this actually at my front gate to my house, and it was just sitting there, like, yeah, just on the ground, like in the dirt, literally. I live on a dirt road, so like this was just sitting in the dirt, and I'm like, what? But I gotta say this though, what is remarkable is I looked at the box and I was just inspecting it a little bit. I'm like, I don't know how, but this is in like perfect condition. Perfect condition. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about it, but this is a Rune Factory Special Golden Memories Edition. This comes with like the art book, the soundtrack. It's got some DLC. It's got a acrylic standee diorama as well. And I think I got this for like $20. And this was not $20 when it came out. I know it was at least $60. It might have been one of those games that was $100 for this edition. So 20 bucks. Can't beat that. I am familiar a little bit with Rune Factory. I actually had an employee when I was in the restaurant business that would play this on his DS like all the time. So, and he had great things to say about it. All right, so next up here, we got something from Best Buy, and that is Persona 5 Tactica. Now, Best Buy just had a sale on like all the Persona games for PlayStation 4, Switch, I believe PS5 as well. And you could pick up Persona 5 Tactica, I think for $20, which is a steal for any of the Persona games. So that might be something you want to look into. If I recall, it might still be on sale, or that's just its new price. But if you're into Persona, obviously if you love RPGs, JRPGs, great games. You guys probably know that. All right, so we got one here from Limited Run. And this is probably a game that it doesn't say on here, but I think I pre-ordered this probably 18 months ago. It's one of the older ones. And as we know, they always put little trading cards in there. I got 2 here. And we got Crystal Ortha, and have not played this. Read some reviews, sounded like a good RPG, picked it up. And a classic, we got Radiant Silvergun. This is a classic top-down shooter, shoot 'em up, shmup as they're called. And Radiant Silvergun, if I recall, was on Sega Saturn. I can't remember. All I know is like people really praised Radiant Silvergun. And so the opportunity to pick it up on modern day console, I had to jump on that. So, and I actually really don't want to open this game, but this is one I might open because I do really want to play it. Maybe I'll look to see if it's on sale digitally first. All right, next up, we got Best Buy again. And we got Bernal Edge. Again, heard really good things about this game. It's a 2D Metroidvania, and I don't need to know a lot about certain games, right, guys? Like, I know what my gaming tastes are. I love Metroidvania games. I appreciate 2D art style, and I saw good reviews. I don't need to know a bunch of the in-between. So I was pretty excited to pick this game up. I had this pre-ordered forever and got it as part of the buy two get one free deal, again with Best Buy. Got another one here, Best Buy, and oh yes, okay. This is a pre-order bonus because when I went to the store to get it, of course they didn't have it.
They
And
They had it,
oh, the pre-order bonus.
but they didn't have it.
Yeah. Long story with Best Buy. Again, I'm not gonna go into it, but this is the Princess Peach Showtime acrylic stand pre-order bonus. And you can see those pieces there, that's all acrylic. And these are actually really nice. I got a Sonic Superstars somewhere on my shelf acrylic stand, and they're actually pretty high quality. This is a nice pre-order bonus. I love pre-order bonuses. And I don't know if that's an old school thing now or what, but I appreciate them. I like the Steelbooks and stuff like that. Speaking of Steelbooks, here's another one. And I got this for $10 PlayStation store. Like Sony's actual store was doing a sale. And $10 for the MLB The Show MVP edition. And I know this is the 2022 edition, I don't care. The box art on this is so cool. And so for $10, I threw it in there with some of the other items that I got, which we'll get to in a little bit. I'll let you guys see all the things that I got from the Sony store, because there's some pretty cool stuff. Oh my God, okay guys, this one is interesting, and I pre-ordered this game so long ago. I'm talking like 3 years ago. And I say that because as soon as it went up for pre-order, I pre-ordered it. And I think this is through I Am 8-Bit. And the reason why, guys, I gotta say the reason why it took 3 years, I guess one of them, what was interesting about this, and the game I'm talking about, guys, is Eastward. And I got a nice little postcard here. And I don't know what's up with video games and giving out postcards, but it's cool. Yeah, like I would never mail that out. This game really, a lot of things changed from the time we pre-ordered to where it not only came with the game, but now it's coming with an actual like tabletop game as well that they ended up deciding to develop after like the pre-orders already went up. So long story short, I'm getting more than what I paid for because they're like, hey, we're sorry, man. You know, like this is why we're doing all this stuff and you guys are gonna get it as part of the deal. So pretty cool. I appreciate that. And again, I didn't mind that it was taking forever. I just want to make sure I get it. I don't care how long it takes because a lot of these games I already own digitally. Like I own Eastward digitally. Okay, now there's 2 games in here, so we're gonna get this opened. There you go. All right, well, Michaela opens that. I'm gonna open up a couple more here, keep it moving. Okay, Shantae right here. And I said earlier that I had pre-ordered one a long time ago, and it wasn't that one, okay? And as I was saying, and I'm like, you know what, was it that one? It was this one. This is the one that just came out that I had pre-ordered for like 2 years. And you can see the limited run logo there. Looks like the Game Boy Color fonts and colors actually, which is really cool. This is the one that just came out. Now my Shantae set is complete. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about if you're wondering. What does Steve mean by it's complete now? What set is he talking about? If you're interested, this is the set. I have the slip cover box that has the other games. So we got Shantae, Half Genie Hero, Ultimate Edition, Shantae and the 7 Sirens, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, and Shantae Risky's Revenge Director's Cut. So now the set on PS5 is complete. case closed. This is finally done. And again, like I said, I got nervous because I'm like, dude, I'm invested, right? There's 5 games for PS5. I got the box for it and everything from Limited Run. I need to make sure Best Buy delivers on this game that I've had pre-ordered for 2 years. And again, that's the one that they said my order was delayed, and it was just a big mess, and I was able to just place a whole new order myself and get it the next day. Case closed on this. Pretty excited. Guys, I think this is probably going to be worth a lot of money down the line. The Shantae games do fetch a pretty nice price tag. You guys can see that on eBay. All right, next up. And this comes with a nice little slip cover. And of course, fans of LucasArts, Double Fine, we have Grim Fandango Remastered. And, you know, I grew up playing a lot of the LucasArts games that use the Scum engine, which is, you know, like the point and click games. Notably, one of my all-time favorites, Maniac Mansion. And then, of course, Maniac Mansion, Day of the Tentacle. Love those games. If you're a fan of Maniac Mansion, let me know in the comments section below. They're some weird games, and I absolutely love them, and I wish more people could experience it. I feel like Maniac Mansion is just like really embodied 80s point-and-click games. All right, so here we go. This is Eastward, the official Eastward box game. So the game's in here, as well as a game board, which you guys could probably see a little bit in that corner there. So there's a tabletop game in here with characters to select, and you got 2 games in one, man. So again, Eastward, great RPG. If you guys haven't played it, look into it. You know, go check out some reviews on YouTube. There's a lot to like there, trust me. All right, thank you. Another one from Best Buy. We got 3 items in here. Of course, they gotta put these damn stickers on here, man. Persona 5 Royale. You guys can't see what the game is because Best Buy covered it up with their unnecessary stickers, but Persona 5 Royale, and again, I think I got this for $20. When it came out, it was $60. So I waited on that. Great deal. Mario Strikers Battle League. I did not play Mario Strikers. I really don't like soccer, okay? And sorry if you like soccer, don't be offended. Okay, I don't like all the sports. I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan. It's not exciting for me, okay? I enjoy basketball. I play basketball. I watch basketball. And I watch some other sports too, but point is, Super Nintendo era, Mega Man Soccer. Loved that game. Loved it. And I'm hoping that I get some of those vibes from Mario Strikers Battle League. Let me know if you've played both. If you've actually played both, let me know if I'm gonna get those vibes or not. Again, you guys can't see this. This is Assassin's Creed Ezio Collection, and this has Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations. So I want to check this out on Switch and see how it plays and runs. I'm interested to see how it's gonna play, how it looks on the OLED Switch. And again, for $10, why not? Because that's what I got it for, and that's a steal. Clearance out. Okay, this one's really, really cool, guys. I will just say I pre-ordered this, and it was 99 bucks to pre-order. And it's a movie. It's a video game movie. It's going for a lot on eBay. I think one of them already sold for like 1,200 bucks, which is wild, but these are limited prints, limited production. Super excited about this. And I did see this movie in the theater in 1993 with my grandma. She asked me what I wanted to do, and when I went to go visit her, I'm like, I really want to see this movie. So actually I'm gonna leave this here because I'm gonna put it back in there. Guys, this is the Super Mario Brothers 1993 movie box set, 4K, first time ever, limited edition. This is numbered 56 out of 250 in the whole world. That's it. And yeah, pretty awesome, right? And you guys can see here, that's everything that comes in the box. Says, this ain't no game, a collection of behind the scenes experiences and art. You got another book in here. You got the actual movie that comes on a Steelbook. So I'll just tell you what it says here. It says, "This ain't no game," which that was the slogan for, you know, Mario Brothers, the movie, because it is a game actually. I guess they thought that was clever back in '93, I don't know. Maybe it was. But it says, "Only available from the Umbrella web store. The Super Mario Bros. 30th Anniversary Collector's Edition includes a brand new 4K restoration from original camera negative, over 400-page hardback bound book, including a host of production materials, interviews, and artwork, classic artwork designed outer rigid slipcase, classic artwork designed slipcase," so you got 2 slipcases, 8 replica lobby cards, an A3 reversible poster, and limited edition numbered release. So really, really cool. I am one of the people who actually enjoyed this movie, and I don't think it's bad. Again, I know a lot of people think it's really bad, but I enjoy this movie. I enjoy The Wizard. Everyone says that was basically an hour-and-a-half Nintendo commercial. And it's like, yeah, so what's not to like about that? It was really cool. Like, that's how they unveiled Super Mario Bros. 3 to the world for the first time in America. It was like really special actually. And seeing that as a kid, like seeing Mario 3 for the first time while you're watching a movie. Remember, this is before the internet, right? We have no idea that a new Mario is coming out. We don't even know there's a Mario 3 being made. We know nothing, because they told you nothing. All you knew is what was in Nintendo Power. And there was nothing about Mario 3. So seeing this in a movie, of course, like we all asked each other, like, is this real? Like, is this game, well, because you don't know, like, is this game actually coming out? Or like, is this just for the movie? And so it was a freaking huge deal. And of course, there was so much hype for Mario 3. But what's crazy is, you know, it not only lived up to the hype, but it exceeded it. So wild times before the internet, guys, let me tell you. Trying to figure out when video games were coming out, you just had to go to the store to see if it was in. All right, next up, we got another copy of Theorhythm. Sometimes I get 2 things, but if I do, it's because I got it for a stupid deal. So I'm guessing that's what it is. Maybe I was planning to open one and play it and keep one sealed. That's more likely. All right, next up. This is from Amazon, and I can already tell you that I remember getting this for a deal. This was clearanced out, and this is, and you know, I had to get this too because Konami, you know, they just don't want to release any new Castlevania games, so this is as good as it gets. We got Dead Cells Return to Castlevania Edition, and I think I got it for 16 bucks maybe. I think it was 16. Brand new, factory sealed. Again, cannot beat it. And you know, guys, I enjoy watching a 4K movie on the gaming projector. It's fun. We got the surround sound, the 150-inch screen. It's really cool. I don't buy a ton of 4K movies. They're really expensive. Like, some movies are crazy expensive. For instance, I saw the Ghostbusters new one was up for pre-order, and they're charging like $60. And then if you want to get the Ghostbusters 1 and 2 on 4K, and it's not like special edition or Steelbook or anything, I saw that online for like, I think 55 or 60 bucks. It's not cheap, so I don't buy them a lot, but if they go on sale, I do. And this went on sale, I think, for $7 or $8. That's Interstellar. If you guys haven't seen this, this is a really cool movie, and I thought this would be a fun one to watch in 4K. On the projector and the surround sound. It should be a good time, right? Next, we got a PlayStation VR 2 game, and this game, again, super inexpensive because it was clearanced out, and that's Song in the Smoke Rekindled. I am familiar with this game because I played the demo, so I'm actually glad I didn't buy this digitally because now I have it, and this is a game, this game's not gonna go up in price or anything like that. I more or less was like, hey, this is cheaper than the actual PlayStation store, and I get it physical, so why not? And then we got Daymare 1994 Sandcastle. And guys, this game is sort of like a love letter to the 90s, not 90s, but you know, I guess you could say late 90s, early 2000s survival horror games like Resident Evil. Is it on the level of Resident Evil? No, no. It's made by GS2 Games. Not to say they make horrible games or whatever, because this actually got decent reviews and decent enough that I'm actually excited to kind of play it. So if you've played it, let me know your thoughts. Okay, says this one's funny. Let's see. Oh, for us, okay. Oh yeah, I don't even want to. It is funny, but I'm not even going to get into how hard it was to get the Dragon's Dogma 2 Steelbook. I didn't get it from Best Buy. I had to work with customer service for over a week. It was like pulling teeth to get it. The customer service rep, delightful. The people in store, complete opposite, man. But again, I'm not going to get into it, so we're going to move on. I'm just happy to have that. I feel like
Most people don't.
yeah, most people don't have this. And if you know, you know. If you know about Dragon's Dogma 2 and how hard it was to get the Steelbook, you know what I'm talking about. This isn't the first time I've talked about this on the channel. This has happened more times than I can count. And I know you guys are always like, well, then why do you shop there? And I'm gonna give you the same answer, to get the Steelbook. Because they go for a lot of money.
But there is hope.
Yeah.
If you didn't get it, there is hope you will.
Yeah, if you didn't get it, there's hope. They do exist, but I mean, you guys are gonna have to work really hard for it, let me tell you. Okay, next, this is a game that I pre-ordered a long time ago, and I was able to take advantage of that buy two, get one free deal at Best Buy. And that is Shadows Over Loathing. So excited to play this. The first one I have on my shelf behind me, I am forgetting the name of it, but good games, good games. I have not played Shadows Over Loathing yet, so if you have, let me know. I know it came out pretty recent, actually. I think in the last month or two. Okay, next up we got physical copy, right? Bayonetta 3. And again, I got this for a really good deal, I think for 20 bucks. We got another one with a damn sticker right in the center. Panzer Dragon. This is the remake that came out a few years ago, but this is a limited run game, one of the ones that Best Buy was selling. So there we go, there's that. Panzer Dragon Bayonetta 3. Thank you. All right, next we got, one of these is a gag gift. You guys will know why. But the first one here is Bats, Bloodsucker Anti-Terror Squad. And this just seems like such an interesting game, guys. And honestly, it's got great box art. If you've played it, let me know your thoughts. And again, I got this for a really good deal. I think I got this from Woots, which is like an Amazon store that sells games that are basically clearanced out like heavily. So heavily that I got this game for $5. A brand new factory sealed PS5 game for $5. And honestly, this is a great gag gift if you want to buy something for your friend that plays video games as well. And that is, you guys will know why, the Lord of the Rings Golem. This is one of the worst reviewed games of all time. And from what I've gathered, it's right up there with the worst licensed game of all time. This game, from everything I've heard, is just absolutely horrible. And this game was, honestly, it was announced years ago, like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Delayed multiple times. Every time they showed new footage, I'm like, yeah, like this looks like shit. It does not look good. It looks bad. And then a couple years would go by and it's like, oh, we got new footage of it. It's like, really? Like, we all thought it was canceled and you guys just didn't say anything. And so it finally came out, like after years and years. And just complete crap, horrible game. So I was able to get it for $5, and yeah, I think that's a good gag gift to make somebody install that on their PS5 and play it, unknowingly maybe, that it's a horrible game. Okay, next up. This is a new controller for the Nintendo Switch that I am actually going to be opening up. Not today, but I'm going to be doing an unboxing and reviewing it. So I'm going to open it, I'm going to play it, use it probably to play Princess Peach Showtime, which is the next game I'm reviewing on Switch. And so I'm gonna try and put in a majority of my time with the game using this controller. This is by NYXI, and this is the Hyperion controller. So I can use this in both portable mode with my OLED Switch, and then I can actually use it as it's pictured here, as I would like my Switch Pro controller. And I've had a Switch Pro controller since day one, so I think I'll be able to offer you guys like a good comparison as how it compares to the Pro controller and what the pros and cons are. So I'm gonna do a nice little comparison on how this compares to that, and maybe we'll see if it's worth buying over a Switch Pro controller. I don't know, we'll find out. Another one here from Limited Run Games. Okay, we got Hyper Light Drifter Special Edition, and this recently just came out. This is not one of the numbered limited run games, if you care about that. I really don't. They just happen to be the company that sells a lot of really great physical games, so this was the first time that you could pick it up. And if you guys haven't played Hyper Light Drifter, it's something you should look into. Watch a review for it. A lot of good things about that game. And then this is a game I have not played, but I looked up the reviews, and the reviews were really good. And I'm glad I pulled the trigger because I looked it up, bought it. Yeah, and then I think I told you about it. It sold out like within 2 hours. And that's Cursed Castilla EX. You guys can see it comes in a pretty big box here. And inside, you got a reversible cover, original soundtrack, an arcade cutout with 3D screen, a making of book, a keychain, and a game manual. And you know, guys, anytime you get an instruction manual, it's greatly appreciated for a variety of reasons. I like the instruction manual, I like reading it, seeing what the story is. I especially like the smell of the instruction manual. If you guys know what I'm talking about, drop a comment. Smelling the instruction manual, opening it up right up to the middle, and just huffing it in, man. Like, it's good stuff, right? It's pure nostalgia. All right, what we got next here? Sure. Okay, this is, I don't know, orange eBay? Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll do that one in a sec. Should I do this one? All right, here we go. Okay, this is a cool one. So again, pre-ordered at Best Buy. This is the only place I could get it. And this is a collector's edition of Mr. Gimmick. So I showed you guys the game earlier, Gimmick. And this is a collector's edition. So you can see, there's the character Gimmick right there. Mr. Gimmick. There we go, get the glare off there. And this box is huge. You guys can see on the top left there, you got that classic Sunsoft logo and font. Really cool box, you guys, really nice. I'm really happy to see that the box is like immaculate, honestly. All the corners look good. And I'm not looking to get this graded or anything. I'm just saying, like, it's nice when you get a collector's edition in the mail and it's not beat up, right? Who wants that? And I don't even recall, guys, what all is in here that's extra. I mean, it could just be this, I don't know, but this sold out like immediately. Seriously, I bought it. I tried to get it for Switch right when it went up for pre-order, immediately sold out. PlayStation 5 sold out when those pre-orders first went up. And you're like, what am I working against, bots? Which we found out we were, yeah. It sold out that quick, so I was able to get it for PS4. Oh, okay, so this I got on eBay, thank you. This is really cool. This did not come out in the United States. And this is a steelbook for The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, the remake. And this is like, honestly, the coolest steelbook. Oh, and the back?
Yeah, it's got ridges.
The back's got ridges on the battery port cover right here. And you can see you got Zelda inside. And everything, the buttons are raised. This is really cool. And that's the inside, guys. And you see those screenshots. That's from Game Boy, man. That's the actual, different screens from the game. So this is super, super cool. I mean, they put a lot of detail in on this. It even has like 1989 Nintendo. It looks like the back of a Game Boy, you know, model number DMG01, which we all know. And it even has a serial number on the back. Definitely, in my opinion, the coolest Steelbook that Nintendo's ever put out. And I wish they would have put it out in the United States. I would have been all over that. So really cool. I know in the US for Link's Awakening, I think they did like a book, some sort of book, art book maybe, but I would have much rather had that. So let's get one of these limited runs here. And guys, if you've stuck around this long, thank you, I appreciate it. I think we have, how many would you estimate? We got about 8 more packages, okay? And we got some good ones coming up here, I presume. Oh yeah, we got some good stuff here. Okay. Oh yeah. So, Konami fans, Castlevania fans, this is where it's at right here. Okay, so I think this is a box, an acrylic box, to put my collector's item game in, yeah. And I bought one from Limited Run because I want to see what the quality's like. I know there's other places I can buy it, but I want to test out their quality. And you guys can see here we got the Castlevania Advanced Collection right here. If you guys have played the Castlevania games on the Game Boy Advance, they're excellent. And again, this is the collection. This includes Castlevania Circle of the Moon, which I bought on day one with my Game Boy Advance from Toys R Us. Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance, Aria of Sorrow, and Castlevania Dracula X. So really cool. And you got the classic gray, or you could say silver box art that all the Konami games were known for during the NES era. Then we got the Castlevania Advanced Collection box that comes in basically a Game Boy box. This is really cool. It includes the game soundtrack collection, a steelbook, 18 by 24 reversible poster, and all the alternate cover sheets. So there's 4 different cover sheets for this game. And it's for, of course, all the 4 games. So Circle of Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, Aria of Sorrow, and the Dracula X. So really cool. And again, I got a nice little collector's box for that as well. Next up, so this is from BitMap Books, and I'm gonna open it here. I'm not gonna go through it. This is something that I will read through, check it out, and do a review on, so you guys know if this book's worth getting. Now, I have bought some other books from BitMap in the past. In fact, I bought a Nintendo and Super Nintendo book from them, and my name's actually in the back as part of the credits. I didn't even know they were doing this one, and then I saw it online on Kickstarter, and I had to get in on it. A lot of great memories growing up with the Nintendo 64. This is wrapped very nicely, I must say. Appreciate that. Oh, and it's got the... Yeah, can you guys hear that? You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's got the holograms, you guys can see there. I don't know how well the camera will capture it, but it's got the nice hologram cover, which my NES and Super Nintendo ones do. I didn't know that this was gonna. But this is the unofficial N64, a visual compendium. So this is a whole book on Nintendo 64, and they produce really high quality, nice books. So I'm excited to dive into this one. It's gonna be a real trip down memory lane, and I'll let you guys know what my thoughts are when I do the review. And I'll make sure to show you guys the inside. So look for that in the future. I'll show you guys what the book's all about, okay? All right, next up here, Amazon, what we got? Yes. So I played the demo of this, guys, and I took time out from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth to play the demo to see if this is gonna be like something that I'm interested in. And I say that because I usually don't play strategy RPG games. But I played the demo, I loved it. Unicorn Overlord, the Monarch Edition. I don't know if you guys have played it or if you're into like these strategy RPGs. If you're not into it, that doesn't mean you're not going to like it, because I say I don't play strategy RPGs. It's not that I don't, it's that I really haven't. It's not like something I'm super interested in. But there was something about the graphical art style of the game that kind of drew me in. It's like, oh, let me see. They did release a demo. So let me see if I like this. And if I do, I will pre-order it. And so I played it one day before pre-orders went off, and I was able to get the Monarch Edition. I don't know if they're still selling it. The Monarch Edition comes with a outer box, an art book, the card game, and a 16-bit arranged music album, which is cool since I grew up with the NES and Super Nintendo. I grew up during the 16-bit era, so yeah, it'll be interesting to hear the soundtrack with a 16-bit feel to it, but there's a whole card game in here, like another Game Boy game. If you guys have played it, let me know your thoughts. Like if you bought it, and again, check out the demo. I did, and I was sold. Okay, so this is from Sony, right? This is from the store. There's a big sale. And when I say a big sale, I'm talking like 75% off. And on top of that, guys, I got free shipping. And what we got here is we got the Sackboy A Big Adventure Special Edition. It includes the full game, of course, the Sackboy plush that you see here, the art book, digital soundtrack, additional costumes, emotes, avatars, and an art book. And I think I got this for like $20, which is an excellent deal. I think it was going for a lot more. Now, guys, I got these because there's some cool stuff in here. This is The Last of Us Part 1, and you guys saw this earlier, the Firefly Edition, but this is for Steam. The reason I bought it was because I think I got both of these for $20 each, which is just insane because the contents in the package go for way more than that. Both of these have steelbooks. The steelbooks alone go for like $80 to $100. So that's not including anything else that's in here. So it's instant equity, guys. That's what it amounts to, okay? And I'm not trying to sell it for more than what it's going for. In fact, I'm just gonna hold it. I don't even sell games. I don't know if you guys know that. Like, I collect games, but I don't sell them. I don't want to ever have to sell them, right? I don't want to have to get to that point where I'm like, oh shoot, I have to sell my games. Okay, Super Mario Brothers Movie Monopoly. Again, I got this on Amazon with free shipping for $10. I think it's worth it to buy the Super Mario Brothers Monopoly version for $10. This is something that you could seriously sit on for like 20, 30 years and it might be worth something stupid, like a lot of money. You just never know. Okay, now guys, this was one that, and I know it's in here because it's an interesting box. It's by I Am 8-Bit. This was one that had a pretty good price tag, but in my opinion, when you break it down for the amount of games that's on here, I think the consumer got a really good deal. And it comes in one complete collection. Oh, yeah. This is cool. We got to put this here a little bit. I'll turn it around for you guys. You see, the box is really cool. And this is the Annapurna Interactive. Annapurna Interactive. And it comes in this nice box. And you got the game here. And what's on here is Donut County, Garaga, Hindsight, I Am Dead, If Found, Kentucky Route Zero TV Edition, Neon White, Sayonara Wild Hearts, Solar Ash, The Artful Escape, The Pathless, and What Remains of Edith Finch. And a lot of these games have never, ever been released physically. And the only way to get them physically is in this set right here. So you get a ton of games, and then get this box here. The tape's already broke, so I don't mind opening it. You got a nice case that it comes in too, I guess, for your Switch. Like if you don't have a case for your Switch. Ooh, it's felt inside too. That's kind of nice. Inside the actual game box here, there's other stuff on here too. Like there's an art book outside of the game. A lot of cool stuff, but it wasn't cheap. But at the same time, again, if you break it down to a per cost, it was actually a really good deal, especially because a lot of these games will never see the light of day physically. Okay, we got another one here from Limited Run. It might be a game that I've been waiting for a long time that I'm excited for you guys to see. Okay, thank you. Okay, the first one is the physical copy of Moon. If you guys don't know about Moon, this is a RPG that came out for PlayStation 1 back in the day, and it's recently come out on modern consoles, but this is the physical version, so I was really excited to get that because it's a very unique game. Very unique. If you've played it, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, here we go. So guys, I actually mentioned this game earlier when I was talking about LucasArts, one of my favorite games. We got a nice little card for it. You can see here, Maniac Mansion. So cool. There's the side art there, and there's side art here. And guys, I don't know if you can tell by the artwork, but it's shaped in the form of an NES game. This is the NES game. This is re-released. This is the Retro Collector's Edition of Maniac Mansion. It comes in the bigger box like they did for PC games back in the day. And it's got a ton of cool collectibles in it. I don't remember off the top of my head everything that comes in here. But it's everything, if I recall, it's everything you would have got from the PC edition that came out in like, I think 1989 or 90. All that comes in here, the instruction manual, all the good stuff. So really excited. Again, guys, if you haven't played Maniac Mansion, check it out. Check it out, it's really cool. Now next up, guys, these were really hard to get. I had heard about it on Twitter, about these coming out, and they're magazines, and you could buy it on Amazon, but there's 4 different covers, right? And you can't choose which cover. It's just whatever cover shows up. And so you can't leave something like that to chance. So we went to a handful of places, we went to, you know, the grocery store, Targets, Barnes & Noble, handful of them. Where else?
I went to at least 3 or 4 different Barnes & Noble.
3 or 4 different Barnes & Nobles.
3 or 4 different Fry's.
3 or 4 different Fry's, Walmarts, you know, anywhere that sells magazines still, which obviously there's not a lot, but this is the Time Magazine Pokemon 25th anniversary. And of course, guys, there's 4 different covers. And these are really nice books. They were $14.99 each. And you know, this is 25 years of Pokemon. So of course we got Bulbasaur and Charmander. And then I'm sure you guys can guess what the other 2 are here. Thank you. We got Squirtle. And of course, basically the Pokemon mascot, Pikachu. So I've barely handled these. Been really careful with them. Going to get these in some sort of protective sleeve, so of course they don't get messed up. Yeah, guys, if you're a Pokemon fan and you are trying to catch them all like we were, you might want to look into trying to get these Time magazines. Some cool stuff here. We did this, what, about a month ago?
Yeah, it's kind of February.
Yeah, about a month ago. And they were hard to track down, but we were able to track them down. We didn't have to go on eBay, which I was prepared to do if I had to, but people were obviously selling them for a lot more on eBay. Okay, this is a big one. How many more is left? This is it. This is the last one. I know what this is, but I haven't obviously seen it in person. This is from Sony. Guys, I'll just say, if you're a fan of Sony Santa Monica, then you're gonna like what you see here. Okay, looks like this is pretty heavy. There we go. Oh. Oh, thank you. Oh boy, there it is. God of War Ragnarok. And just kind of slide this down a little bit. I might keep it on for a little bit. Okay, so turn it around for you guys, see what's included here. So what do we got here, babe? We got the hammer. So hammer time, you got the box, you got a Steelbook case, and yeah. And this is the God of War Ragnarok Collector's Edition. And guys, I already own Ragnarok. I bought the game the day it came out, played it. I actually live streamed the whole thing. It was a blast. I had such a good time with the game. And so I'm not opening this because I already have the game, I already played it and I already beat it. I got this for a crazy deal. It was, I think, 75% off, again, with free shipping. So I was very surprised, right, that I was able to get these games from Sony and that they were actually discounting them by that much. So that's everything. Guys, that's everything. If you stuck around this long, thank you, I appreciate it. It helps me out a ton. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please press the like button, but more importantly, leave some comments. Let me know your guys' thoughts. If you played any of these games and you know I haven't played them, or if you don't know I haven't played them and you've played them and you want to tell me if they're good or not, let me know. I'm always interested to hear your thoughts. I reply to all the comments. And hopefully on the next episode, it won't be this many. I'm glad everything's open. Now I have to find a home for all of this stuff. The shelves behind me are pretty full, so I'm gonna have to definitely get creative here. But again, that's not a bad thing because this is a lot of really cool stuff. So as always, guys, thank you for tuning in. Michaela, thank you for your help today. I appreciate it, of course. And if you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing as it would help me out a ton. Thank you guys. Hope you have a great day.